And welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Jay Vaz, and you're watching the Jay Vaz Show, music and entertainment at its finest. We're out here in Fort Worth, Texas, and this is a returning guest we previously had. But before we get to there, make sure you follow us on all the social media pages at the Jay Vaz Show. Check out the website, thejvazshow.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can find the video version of this and all of our other interviews as well. And as I mentioned, we've actually had you on the show before. Back when we barely got started, maybe about 4 years ago, so we do appreciate you back then, and we appreciate you now.
Word, for sure.
Originally from Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
Out here in this Fort Worth edition of the Jay Vaz Show. Lou Charles, what's up, man?
What's up? How you doing, bro?
Oh, man, just happy to be out here and be able to network with you guys, be able to connect with you guys, and you know, talk about music shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It's what makes us happy doing this media shit. But so let's get into it, man.
Yeah.
As I said previously, you are originally from Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
You've been out here as an artist in Fort Worth. Something that really got my attention as you know, a fan now, but at the time a media person, was that you grew up overseas. You grew up overseas.
Right.
I believe it was Egypt, you said?
Uh-huh.
I'm very Mexican.
Trinidad.
Trinidad.
Yeah.
So talk to us about the difference in cultures, man. Not just music, but just the culture in general from other countries. I know it was at a younger age, but what you were able to soak up then.
Right. I mean, it's just a whole different culture. Like in Trinidad, it's just a more slowed down, chill vibe, man. And Egypt, it's the same thing. Like it's a chill vibe. It's just different culture. It's just different culture. It's cool. Like I loved my experiences growing up there, man. But I'm so happy to be back in Texas. When I got back to Texas, I was like, man, I ain't never leaving.
So as I mentioned, this wasn't your younger age.
Mm-hmm.
At what time did you come back to the States and stayed?
I came back to the States when I was about 17.
17.
I came
so you were able to soak up a lot.
Yeah.
At that age.
Yeah.
I guess one of my questions as well would be, what helped being overseas and growing up in a different culture?
Right.
How did that help create Lou Charles? Because you know, I feel like that gives you an open mind to other things outside of the States. Right.
Yeah. No, I definitely do, man. And you can kind of hear it in my music. You know, I've got like a bigger vantage point, or a different vantage point than most people. You know, it's always funny because people will hear my music and they'll be like, "Where you from, bro?" Like, we like they listen to it, they're like you want some different, like you doing something, like you want something different, and I can always tell, like, you know, I'm like, oh man, it's a long story, but you know, Fort Worth is where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's but it definitely created this different perspective that I just put into my music and everything, for sure. Yeah.
So you were born in Houston, but have you lived there besides being a kid, or has it been Fort Worth?
It's been a minute. I got a lot of family down the H, so I'm always back and forth, up and down 45. Like I'm in the H at least, man. Like once, twice a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I be there on, like, cause I hate saying that, cause people gonna be like, man, why ain't you hit me up? Cause like whenever I be in the H, I be like, oh, like real low, like dipping in and just seeing family and stuff like that. So, but nah, man. Houston definitely holds a huge part of my heart, for sure.
You're a sports fan as well, huh?
Yeah, bro. You know
let's talk about this right quick. What's up with the whole Deshaun Watson situation? What's your feelings towards that?
It's just like, you know, first of all, you know, shout out to all the victims and everything, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to make light of anything at all, because, you know, it's a serious situation, but, like, it just feels like a coincidence that the minute he won out, that all of this comes to light. You know what I'm saying?
And like you said, you know, again, if I'm wrong, I apologize.
Right.
But what makes it weird is that they haven't gone to actual court.
And they said they're not going to go to court until until 2022.
It's like, what are we waiting for?
Like, if he's out here doing what y'all claim he doing, why aren't we moving expeditiously through this process, right? You know what I'm saying? which makes me think, you know, he's gonna get traded eventually, and then we'll see. They'll probably settle out a court, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like a smear campaign. You know what I'm saying? It just feels too coincidental, and you know, like I'm at that point in life where I don't believe in coincidences no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. But once again, hey, shout out all the victims. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm just telling you what it feels like from an outside perspective. You know what I mean?
Since you are a sports fan, let's talk. How do you feel about the Rockets draft?
The Rockets draft was good, bro. I feel like the draft was good. You know, Jalen Green, they went and got that the Turkish center. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I can't say his name. I know who you're talking about, though. But he's supposed to be cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was down on the Rockets last year. I was so upset because I went and, you know, I'm up here in Fort Worth. I got to get that league pass to like watch the games and everything. And I bought that league pass, and I was like, then they go and trade Russ and James. And then every month they hit my card for that league pass. I'll be like, bro, they trash now, dog. Stop hitting my card. He hurt. I was like, yo, this is the most disrespectful. We had lost 20 games in a row. And that was the next part was like, I was like, all right, I'm going to give John Wall and Boogie and all of them a shot. Eric Gordon. We still got like a respectable squad. And they went on that little 6-game winning streak. Then they went and lost 20 in a row, bro.
That shit was depressing.
That was depressing, dog. That was depressing. Like, I was like, and I'm a diehard fan, so, you know, like, especially with hoops, but like it got to the 7th game in a row, and I was like, man, I can't keep watching. I can't keep watching this. So, you know, it was tough, bro. Last season was tough.
I know what you're talking about, because I live outside of Houston, so you got to pay extra to get these channels.
Right.
And it's like, for this is what I'm paying extra for. Like, come on.
That was hurting, bro.
Come on, man.
That was killing me, bro. Hit that card, I get that pop up. Thanks for paying you. I'm like, man,
fuck y'all.
This is exactly how I felt, bro. Every time, bro.
Nah, but so I just wanted to touch on those. I know we slightly talked about it last time, and it's like, man, we can't have nothing nice in Houston.
Nah, man, it's funny, but you know, I'm excited now. At least we have I have something to look forward to. While we're losing, like we're still gonna lose. Like next year, but you know,
it's gonna take another 2 years or something.
Yeah, it's gonna take a couple years for the squad to get together and everything. But now I have something to look forward to. Last year we was just bad. Yeah, it was just bad. It was just bad.
And that's how I feel about the Texans. It's like we thought we had something. We're gonna lose him as a quarterback. And we're back into rebuilding again.
I'm gonna be 100 with you, since I don't live in Houston, man. My NFL fandom can be bought right now. I don't know. Like I'm thinking I'm going wherever Deshaun going. I think that's what's gonna happen. I don't know. You know, I'm going to the preseason game when they play the Cowboys out here.
Oh, okay.
So I think I might be in a Cowboys jersey. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just that's the most depressing.
Yeah.
The Texans is depressing. Like, I think all of them were depressing because you was like, man, we don't have to lose James like this. You know what I'm saying? That was depressing. The Deshaun Watson thing was depressing. But you know, the Astros, we got the Astros though.
They're doing good.
They got the Astros.
They're doing good, but they're about to lose Carlos after this year.
They are, yeah.
So again, we're back into we can't have nice things.
We can't have nice things, man. We lost Russell Westbrook, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, George Springer.
Carlos Correa now. Deshaun Watson,
DeAndre Hopkins. Bro, come on, J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's a curse right now, bro.
It's I don't know what's wrong with them franchises out there, but yeah, you're right. So let's get into this music stuff.
Yeah.
So you said, you mentioned you're out here in Fort Worth, obviously.
Right.
Usually what I hear is people trying to get into Houston because of the market and stuff like that. What made Fort Worth the place to come for Luke Charles?
For me, man, this is kind of where I touched down at when I came back to the States. And ever since then, I fell in love with the city, bro. It's a big city, but with a small city feel. You know what I'm saying? And like real tight knit community. You know what I mean? So if they see you trying to move and do something, they real big about like just supporting and like running with you. And like, you know, in my early stages, I needed that community to kind of like push me forward. And you know, like Fort Worth, just, you know, they've embraced me like, you know, like no other place has. So I was like, man, I gotta stay. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, always, you know, stay in the sense of this like home base. You know what I'm not staying in the sense of like I ain't getting out the city or nothing like that. But like, yeah, bro, like Fort Worth just really held me down. So I had to just show the love back for real.
And you know, we had this conversation off camera, and you know, I was kind of holding back because I felt like it was something good to talk about.
Right.
You did mention the community here embraces you and pushes you, you know, runs with you. Basically.
Yeah.
What has made that a success in your career? Like, what do you think it was that made fans and the people follow Lou Charles? And we'll talk about Louapalooza here in a second, but that's why it's also important to have that following, because not just as an artist, but putting events together as an independent artist. Yeah. What do you think made that possible for you?
I think it was about building that connection, man. For me, it was about letting them know that I care about y'all. I care about the fans. I care about Fort Worth. I care about building Fort Worth. I care about Fort Worth having something that they can be proud of, and me being able to kind of represent that. And I think when I was able to tap into that, that's when I saw, you know, more people being like, okay, yeah, I see the vision. You know what I mean? You know, like a lot of times people aren't going to understand your vision. It's up for you to kind of you know, paint the picture for them. And once you paint that picture for them and they can see it, they're like, oh yeah, this is real. We're like, you know what I'm saying? And then they kind of run with you. So it's up for you to do that. And I think that I've just been able to kind of communicate that and build my base that way.
Yeah. And you know, we had this conversation because, you know, we're talking about the Houston artists and the Houston scene, the support they get out there. Mm-hmm. And sometimes one of the things that I feel, you know, from Hispanic point of view that we envy in a way is, you know, how tight the black community is. Like for example, you know, we always see support black businesses amongst the community, and that's dope. You don't ever see that with the Hispanics.
You don't think so?
No, man.
I don't. You know what, man? And maybe it's the outside looking in. Grass is always greener on the other side. I mean, like, I look over there and at times I envy how the Latino community, Hispanic community, like supports each other. Like I do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I do think there's a big push recently to support black-owned business, support, you know, your own. But you know, I think that, I mean, it's really interesting that you say that, because like other times I'm like, man, you know, they really be going hard for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
See, like recently, it feels like the independent up and comers are starting to see that together we're stronger. Yeah. And it do feel like they're starting to get it. Maybe not this year, maybe not next, but the future is bright, like they say. Because I do feel like they're starting to understand that, hey, it's not just about me. It's about what can I do to help the next person as well. You know, it's not about I'll blow up, fuck you. No, it's about I'm going to blow up and put somebody else, you know, pass the torch, so to speak. And I think they're starting to see that and understand it. And obviously that's key, because once you get stuck on that mindset, that crabs in a bucket mindset, then you're never going to get out of there.
I think the most important thing, or the coolest thing, is like when you realize like, hey, I can be a help to somebody else. You'll see more help come your way. And that's, it's weird how the universe works that way. You know what I'm saying? But the more you give and pour into other people are more willing to like pour into you. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Put it like that, and yes, it's crazy to think that's how it works.
But it works like that. I swear to God, it works like that. You don't even have to like be doing nothing big, but just showing that like you support other people, or being a part of the scene, or being a part of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas don't understand, like, just hitting the retweet button or the share button, or like just engaging on some stuff, and like everybody, like, I know as an artist what that mean to me. You know what I'm saying? Don't think it don't mean something to the next person. You know what I'm saying? When you see somebody like, oh yeah, just commenting like, yo, this some dope this dope. Keep pushing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like people don't realize like they do something for every artist. I promise you that. Even if they don't respond to the comment, you know, they saw it. They was like, yeah, okay.
It feels good.
They give me something else to like something extra. And what that take? That cost $0. You know what I'm saying? It just that like it don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. People don't understand that.
Yeah, and you know, same thing with media. I feel like sometimes people use that energy for, you put something they don't agree and they'll blow up your comments.
Yeah.
But then you put something that means something and you're trying to grow an artist or just any content and they overlook it. You know they see it.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't know, you'll see so many people, 200-300 people saw it in the last hour. You're like, but I got 10 likes.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are y'all doing? Like,
Right.
But one thing that we do always talk about is the numbers outside of social media are usually the most important ones.
Right.
So let's talk about Louapalooza and the success how successful that's been.
Yeah.
You actually just had one last month.
We're
in July, August.
Yeah.
So July.
Yeah. Last month.
Last month.
Yeah.
Talk to us about how that went for you and what's been helping build it.
Right. What's been helping build it? Well, I'll just say every year I do an event in Fort Worth called Louapalooza. It's like an annual show, and we just get a bunch of artists that I'm a fan of. I just curate the lineup, get a bunch of artists I'm fans of, and rock with them, man. And it's a dope event for the city. Every time we bring the city out, man. And I think that this last year. This last month that we had the event, it was crazy. It was just cool to see everybody out, especially, post-pandemic. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are saying, man, it's the first concert I've been to since, you know what I'm saying? And it's really a concert feel. It's not no showcase feel. It ain't no nah, man. It's like an event. It's like a concert, and it's crazy every year. But what's seen it grow, man, is just that pouring into people, you know what I mean? Like, and people getting the word out and building the hype. That's what's kept it dope and kept it going. It's been great, dog. It's been great. We had a good ass time, man. Good ass time.
And again, that goes back to what we said earlier. Having that support from the people, which I guess has brought not just the success in the music, but there's a couple things that I would like to touch on in case people are not aware of. I think it was about a year or 2 years ago, you actually had a Kia commercial out here.
Yeah.
A kid with Kia Motors.
Yeah.
Talk about that experience and how that came about.
Yeah, my boy reached out to me, Vega, shout out Vega, and Vega was like, hey man, you want to do the Kia commercial? I was like, I bet, let's run it. And it was cool because I got the call on Thursday. I wrote the track, recorded the track on Friday, and then I want to say we shot the commercial on Saturday. So it happened like that. And yeah, man, it was just a cool experience to just knock it out real quick and everything. And yeah, it was something that happened, 72 hours? Like it was just a real quick thing. It was cool because it showed me that, you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You know what I mean? Like I just say, it was like, hey, you want to do this? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, bam, 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 we're done. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool, but it's something dope that a lot of people point to in my career, and they're like, man, that's crazy you did that. And I'm like, yeah, at the point in time, it didn't really click. It didn't click because I was just like, and that's how I do. I just go through stuff and knock stuff down. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool to look back on it. Cool opportunity.
Another cool thing. I don't know if this was after or before. Your music was also featured on Criminal Minds. Yeah,
that was before. That was before. Yeah. CBS Criminal Minds. They picked up one of my records and played it in one of the episodes. It was like a prison scene. It was funny. It was so funny. I was like, yo, this wild. They like on the yard, like lifting weights and shit. Yeah. So it's always funny because you never know what song it's gonna be, right?
Yeah.
And they picked a song that I just didn't think was gonna,
it's the last one you thought was gonna make it.
I didn't think it was gonna be that one. I'm like, yo, I got a whole catalog of other joints that y'all could have picked, but they picked that one. They was like, nah, man, this one really goes. I'm like, big bet. So I got that placement, and that was really cool. Definitely dope to put on my resume and just kind of show that you can get, make moves other than just people, checking out your Spotify, checking out your, you know what I'm saying? There's other things to be got out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope, man. Again, as a fan, to see those things happen, you're like, all right, something good is happening. For this artist that I listen to, for that other artist, and I think we live in a time now where it's sad that it's like this. People respect more of what you got going on than the sound of your music.
You know what?
Do you agree?
Me and my boy got into an argument today in the studio about that.
Yeah? How you feel about that?
It was like, because he was like, he wanted to make this move, and I was like, man, that I could see it. I was like, but that ain't a good investment. And he was like, nah, but people care more about what it looked like. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. People care about it, but you got to find it when it's a good investment and when it look. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I do think people care. I think it's just like anything else, man. You rooting for something, like you want to see it doing good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'll give you an example, right? And we'll take it back to sports, right? Like, maybe it don't make no sense for the Rockets to sign this player, right? But this player is like really dope to me. It ain't my money. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I just want to see him like get some wins. I don't care what Fertitta is paying for whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to see, you know what I'm saying? And you got to think of it like from that mental. So it makes sense to me. You got to think that they're not just buying your music, they're buying you as a person. And you got to give them something to root for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because that's one of my biggest things that I've been noticing, with fans lately. That it's like they don't support you until they have a certain image of you. That okay, this person does this, and that. I respect that.
Yeah.
And back in my day, I'm what 34, 33.
Yeah.
33, and I remember back when I was 16, 17, having looking up to these artists. It was more of I don't give a damn what they got going on. Just give me good music.
They don't. Yeah, nah, it's more about the lifestyle now, man. People really buy into the lifestyle. Social media, the lifestyle, man.
I mean, TikTok.
Yeah.
You never know when your song might end up on a TikTok, go viral.
For real. I'm starting to get more into TikTok. So hey man, go follow me on TikTok at LouCharlesTX. I'm putting out daily content on TikTok, so go find me on TikTok. But yeah, bro. But nah, it's all about just giving people something to root for, dog. Yeah. Like that's it. Like when I think about people who I'm fans of, and I'm like, man, when I see them do some dope shit, it feel like I did some dope shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's cool, bro. It's cool. It's different because it's not as skill based anymore. It's more about it's like lifestyle. It's lifestyle, and that's where the game at, and that's cool. Yeah,
it's that's where we're at now. Hopefully it changes eventually.
You can't fight the culture. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like if you want to be a part of the culture, you can't fight the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But they used to say roll with it or get rolled over.
Yeah, bro. Like that's how it is, man.
So a couple singles we want to talk about.
Yeah.
One of them is going to get us into a different conversation, so we'll touch on that one last. But you recently put out a single with Kirko.
Yeah.
Kirko Bangz out there called Detours?
Yeah, no detours.
No detours, yeah. Talk to us about that record, man. What kind of feedback you've been getting? How, what was it like working with Kirko and the whole experience of that single?
Yeah, that single, No Detours, out right now. Lou Charles featuring Kirko Bangz. Dope-ass records produced by Dylan Kush, one of my boys out there in Canada. Shout out to DK. But that record was a record that came together pretty quick. I put together this record, and once again, shout out to the man Vega, bro. I was just like, every now and then I just send him a bunch of records, and I'm like, hey, what you think of these? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He do the same with me with whatever projects he working on, or he'd be like, hey, yo, check this out. It'll be like half done records and everything. He was like, hey, yo, Kirko would sound dope on it. I'm like, you think so? He's like, yeah, man. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll go figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And we ended up figuring it out. And the feedback has been tight, bro. So it's a different sound for me. But I definitely wanted to explore that kind of soundscape with that, and then just adding Kirko on top. You know, Texas legend in his own right. You know what I mean? And that's I only want to whenever I do features with artists like that, I want it to make sense for me personally. You know what I'm saying? And when I think about people who I have done features with and worked with, it's been like people that I respected. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just trying to chase behind somebody's trend. Oh, they popping. I want to.
They're gonna give me views.
I want to do that. I want to do some stuff that makes sense, like musically, makes sense. With my story and everything. So that came together really dope. The entire record, No Detours, out right now for sure.
Available on all streaming services.
All streaming platforms.
Are we ever gonna get a visual for this?
Good question. I don't know, because I dropped it like pandemic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was tough to be outside. So I don't know. That'd be.
We'll see if we get.
We'll see. Maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'd be dope. That would be lit. That'd
be a dope visual.
That would be lit.
You talked about when it was a different style, different sound for you.
Yeah.
I'm big on giving people their roses, and one thing that I really do enjoy from your music. And I'm gonna explain to you why I think it is. Your music is very smooth, but at the same time, it has like a dope, happy feeling at times, right?
Yeah.
And when I listen to your music, one of the things that I always point out is like it's because he got a dope ass voice.
Yeah.
Like he makes any record sound dope just because the voice is.
I appreciate
dope.
that. I appreciate that.
And I did want to compliment you on that. And I know sometimes people don't want to compliment stuff like that because it's like, oh, that shit gonna sound kind of gay.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
but you know what I'm saying. But and with all respect to you as a dude, your voice is dope as fuck, and it's just smooth with any record that you put out. Because the record was different. Yeah. But Charle was still Charle.
Right. I appreciate that.
And that was dope.
I appreciate that.
So let's talk about this other record that you put out recently, a single with Paul Wall. Yeah. What's the name of the record and how did that come about?
Yeah, Showing Out, man. Showing Out featuring Paul Wall. Out. All streaming services. Go find that one as well. Yeah, that one came together. Once again, it's funny. Pre-pandemic, probably pre-pandemic would be 2019, right? 2019, summer 2019. I was down in the H. And I was shooting a pilot episode for this web series that was we were trying to get picked up. And what it was like, think like Anthony Bourdain meets like music culture. So like Anthony Bourdain goes to like all these different like cities, and they like go through the music culture and everything. So it was like this. I was gonna host this web series, right? And I was down in Houston. We went to like Sugar Hill Studios and all that. Like we did the whole tour. Like we went there, did a couple record shops and stuff like that in the H, and we was doing this. Anyway, this weekend, like I said, I got a lot of family there, and my mom's was there, and she was like, "Hey, my friend is a donor for Beto." And he was like, Beto was running for president, like trying to get the running for president. They're having a rally. You want to go? And I'm like, and my mom a little older and everything, so I'm like, yo, mom, if you want to go, I'll roll with you. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever, I'm like, whatever you want to do, mom. Like I'm a mama's boy. Like, hey, whatever you want to do, mom, I'm rolling with you. She was like, all right, cool. So she was like, hey, my friend says there's like this rapper up there. And I'm like, word? She goes, yeah. She was like, she told them that, hey, I don't know, you might be a rapper, but hey, Fort Worth's hottest rapper pulling up right now, so I don't know if you know. Like, I was like, I'm like, what the hell did she get me into? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Well, all right, cool, whatever, mom. But they older, they not really up on like Texas rap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They not really up on it like that. So we pull up, man, and I walk in the room, and I'm like, fuck, that's Paul Wall. They over here, she's popping this hot talking this hot shit to Paul Wall. I was like, all right, bet. I'm like, cool, bet. All right. So I go up, and we dap up, and we realize we have like mutual friends and everything, and we chop it up for a little bit. Fast forward, pandemic hits, and I'm like, I've always been a fan of like Houston. I mean, I was born in the H. That's where I used to tell people used to ask me, where you from? And instead, like, I'll be like, nah, I'm not from the U.S. I'm from Houston. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from the A. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm from. Like I wore that with my heart on my sleeve. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I had this record, and I just had the opportunity to get Paul on the record, and I was like, you know, why not? Why not, bro? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's how I did it, and you know, that record, you know, did what 150K on Spotify and all that kind of stuff. Still moving. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yeah, it's been a blessing for real.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, you know, you saying the situation your mom and her friend put you in.
Yeah, they put me in.
They didn't know this dude's a legend.
They know. But he was cool. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, anybody could, you know, be, you know, a prima donna in that moment, but he was just like, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, okay.
It was
about to
cool.
see who this guy is.
Yeah, but it was cool. It was dope. It was real dope.
So, you know, since we agreed that Paul is a legend, and this is going to bring us into a conversation that we spoke of.
Yeah.
There was a tweet going on.
Yeah.
I'm just going to read it in case the listener or the viewer is not aware of what the tweet is.
Yeah.
So the tweet has been deleted.
Yes.
Obviously, this person is probably not from Texas, and Texas went hard on her. The tweet said, I want to know what was it about the social climate that made Bubba Sparks and Paul Wall acceptable back in the day. Laugh out loud, because that shit would not fly in 2021.
Okay.
As a fan of rap, as a fan of Houston rap, understanding who Paul Wall is, how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's obviously an ignorant comment. Like, you know, like she just don't know. She don't know. Like, and to say that wouldn't fly today, I mean, are you sure about that? Because, like, I look around and I see a lot of other people profiting off the culture that might not be of the culture. That's the thing about Paul Wall. Paul Wall of the culture. Like, he's, like, you know, he's put in. You know what I mean?
Still fucking with Paul Wall.
Yeah, like, but not even that. But you know, it's not like he about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then on top of that, like, the dude's just like, he's the people's champ. I've never seen him without a smile on his face, and I've never heard nobody say anything bad about the guy. Yeah. Bad about the dude. You know what I'm saying?
You're right about that, yeah.
I don't know nobody. Like you know, man's been active for 20 plus years. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never heard a bad story about him. Every time somebody, you know, like whenever you talk to somebody, they're like, oh yeah, I met this celebrity, right? What do they say? Was it cool? Like, that's the first thing you ask. That's the first thing you ask everybody. Oh, was it cool? And then, like, every time you hear Paul Wall story, you're like, hell yeah, like, yeah, bro, he's dope as hell. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I think it's just, you know, it's crazy to see what some people think, but you can obviously tell they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
they don't know what they're talking about.
And if anybody is watching and has any doubt of Paul Wall being part of the culture, shouts out to Smooth Vega. He just put out an interview about a week ago. Where Paul actually talks about how he got into the Swisher House, and like the dude didn't just come out of nowhere. Like, he actually was part of the culture, passing out flyers, trying to build the Swisher House, and he was with the Swisher House from the very beginning when they were trying to push themselves out. Yeah. And you hear the whole story about it. So it's actually a dope interview. So make sure you guys check that out as well. That's on Premiere Live TV, I believe. Actually, Nothing Beats Experience channel, which was brought to you by Premiere Live. Right. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because, like I said, you know, I know you got the record with Paul, and it was like, let me get your input on this, because again, she's obviously not from Texas, right? And if she is, then she must be very young and don't get it.
Yeah.
Just don't get it.
Because I mean, you know, like I said, there's other people out here. Like you said, it's not gonna fly in 2021. Hell yeah! Like, come on, man. Yeah. Like I could name like 10 artists right now, 5 artists right now that letting it fly right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. But you know.
Yeah, shouts out to her though for fucking up.
I know, right? Shouts out to you.
Gave us something to talk about.
I know. I saw it on Twitter, and I was trying to go catch up on it, and I saw the tweet was deleted. I was like, nah, she couldn't take that heat, bro. She couldn't take that heat,
Texas
bro.
came out.
Nah, man, don't talk
Texas
about
came
Paul.
out,
You can't do that. You can't come for the people's champ. The people gonna come for you if you come for the people's champ. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Shouts out to Paul. Like, I did meet him for the first time about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And just like we said, dope ass dude. Yeah. You wouldn't think he's Paul Wall. Like, he's just a cool ass dude. Treats you like if you were somebody he knows for years.
Yeah,
or
for
something,
sure,
you know what I mean?
for real.
But speaking of Texas in general, you are going on a Texas tour, we'll call it.
Yeah.
You're going to hit up Houston pretty soon.
Yeah.
We'll give us a date soon, but you're going to be in Houston, Dallas, Austin.
Yeah.
Talk to us about this tour. What's it called, and what dates are you going to be hitting these
Yeah,
towns?
so I'm going on the road with Echo. He's a rapper out of Las Vegas, and yeah, man, blessed to hop on that tour with him, man. And it's just gonna be something that I've been looking forward to, man. I've been wanting to go through in an official capacity and hit, Houston, Austin, Dallas, three of the largest markets in the state and everything. But yeah, we're gonna be in Austin on the 18th, Houston on the 19th, and then Dallas on the 20th. So we just so 3 days, right back to back. Gonna three-peat on them. But man, yeah, it's gonna be a dope. You're just gonna get all the Lou Charles, bro. It's gonna be a dope experience, live, lit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give 110%, and it's gonna be really, really, really awesome opportunity just to get, because I look at my numbers, and Houston been showing they've been showing love. You know what I'm saying? Like Houston probably my number one streaming city easy. So I'm just excited to get back out there and do what we do, man. Yeah, for sure.
So we talked about your previous records. We talked about your commercial.
Mm-hmm.
We just talked about your Texas tour. We talked about Kirko, Bangz.
Yeah.
What can we look forward to? Is there any upcoming projects, upcoming singles?
Yeah. There's an upcoming singles, upcoming projects. I dropped a project in May, but I did something different. I put it out exclusively through my website. And it's called Life Goes On. I just kind of wanted to give the fans something, not in the official capacity. I just wanted to give the fans something and this is a project I've been working on that's real close to my heart. So I just wanted to I was like, man, I want y'all to come directly to me and get the music. And I have some visuals coming off of that pretty soon. And then I also got some singles, man. I got some heaters in the stash, bro. We gonna keep it rolling all throughout the year for real. But yeah, I got some shit, man.
Yeah.
I got some shit, man. It's gonna be lit. Yeah.
It's gotta be dope as an artist that obviously COVID's still out here.
Yeah.
But for Texas to be up and running again, give you the opportunity to showcase. Meet the fans physically,
dude,
and be able to show them your music. It's got to be a dope feeling as well.
It's a blessing, bro, because that's why I did it. I always did it to bring people together, bro. And I see it more so at shows, and I get that feeling, that validation that I'm looking for, at shows, and being able to meet people face to face, and be able to talk to people, and be able to that's what I am. I'm like that. Yo, I want to let's chop it up, type deal. And it's cool to get that again, man. I've been down in Austin a couple times and just going to underground open mics and just check that scene out and everything. Gone to Dallas, been to Dallas shows and stuff like that. So it's cool. It's just cool to see people again, man. For sure.
It's got to be dope. It's got to be dope. Hopefully we know how to act and this doesn't get out of hand again.
Man. Do what you gotta do. Just keep yourself safe, man. Keep other people safe, and we'll be good, man. Whatever that mean to you, it's what it mean to you. But
it's like I tell people, man. I was even before COVID aside, if you're not out here washing your hands before you eat,
that's what I'm saying.
Man.
You're not washing your hands. That's when I realized how nasty people was. That's the craziest thing that COVID did. COVID just showed me how nasty people are. I was hey, you gotta wash your hands. I gotta wash my hands. You're bro. Yes, fool. What?
COVID aside,
yes, you gotta wash your hands, bro.
Hey, I remember the week before we got shut down last year.
Yeah.
We're out at a bar. And it was my girl, her best friend, and her best friend's husband.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, why are people being nasty out here, blah, blah. And then I go into the restroom, and I noticed something. I started thinking, do I do that? I was like, I don't think I do. Chewing gum in the restroom, you're basically chewing all the particles that are flying in the air. And then you see people walk in with their drinks.
And then put the drink up there.
Yeah.
And then they just.
Bro, that shit crazy.
I never thought about that, but yeah, bro. Like that, it's just nasty out here, bro. Like it's just nasty out here, dog. And like, yeah, bro. COVID has opened my eyes to people where, you know, and I like the craziest thing to me is like I tried my best to be safe. Like only places I went when we were locked down was like the studio and gym and the grocery store. I ended up catching it at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, the grocery store, bro? Like, I was hot too.
Yeah.
I was like, man, you telling me I could have really been outside and like sit and just got at the grocery store? I was like, man, nah, but yeah, man. That's exactly how I felt. I was so upset.
Yeah.
And it was right after the snowstorm, bro.
Oh, okay, January, right?
Yeah, it was right after that crazy snowstorm.
That's around the time I got it.
Is that when you got? Yeah, bro. I was like, dang, fool. And I don't know, were y'all having blackouts in the H over there?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all was having blackouts? Yeah, we was having them blackouts,
and then
man.
They put us on a rotation where every 3 hours you would get 20 minutes.
Is that how that's how y'all was getting it?
Yeah.
Like we was doing it, it was crazy because I was like getting 7 hours without it, and then we go 3 with it. 7 hours without it, 3 with it. And man.
Yeah, it was.
That was crazy, bro.
It was crazy. It made kids see how we had it back in the day. It wasn't no being on our tablets.
No, it was bro. It was like, yo, just stay warm and like, yeah, man, that was crazy. Yeah. Man, do better, Abbott. Do better, bro. Do better, bro. Come on, man.
What they called him on Twitter the other day, having rolling Governor High Wheels.
High Wheel, bro. Do better, dog. Like, just do better, bro. Like, that's all. Like, just do better,
man.
Oh,
man. But shit, hey, man. I do want to say this is dope to meet you in person and be able to do this interview with you.
Hell yeah.
Do appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Once again, make sure you guys stream all his music and available on all streaming services. Go to the website. You can get the exclusive on the website. What's the website again?
whoisloucharles.com.
whoisloucharles.com.
Yeah.
And stream the new records. New records coming. If you're in Austin, if you're in Houston, if you're in Dallas, that'll be the 18th, 19th, and 20th of August. You can find, I guess, tickets, information about the tickets. Yeah,
you can find ticket information at, Lou Charles TX on all social media platforms, whoisloucharles.com. Pull up on me. It's going to be lit, man.
Hey, we're going to be out there for the Houston one. We'll be out there showing love, man.
For sure.
And once again, we appreciate your time. We appreciate you being here with us today.
Yeah.
Out of Fort Worth, Texas right now, the Fort Worth edition of the J Vaz Show.
Yeah.
And once again, Lou Charles, we appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all.